Penguin Random House Audio presents The Relaxed Woman. Reclaim rest and live an empowered, joy-filled life. Written and read for you by Nicola Jane Hobbs.
May we become relaxed women together. Growing up, I never knew a relaxed woman. Successful women, yes. Productive women, plenty. Anxious and afraid and apologetic women, heaps of them. But relaxed women, at ease women, women who weren't afraid to take up space in the world, women who prioritized rest and pleasure and play, women who gave themselves unconditional permission to relax, without guilt, without apology, without feeling like they needed to earn it. I'm not sure I've ever met a woman like that, but I would like to become one. I would like us all to become one. Introduction. I spent much of my adult life as the opposite of a relaxed woman. For years, my days were a frantic blur of stress, urgency, and exhaustion as I tried desperately to juggle multiple responsibilities, driven by both financial necessity and a deep sense of unworthiness. I wasn't like this as a little girl. I was sensitive, curious, playful, and wild. My sister and I would spend our days reading stories, climbing trees, and making daisy chains that stretched from one end of the garden to the other. Resting and playing came naturally to us. We lived moment to moment, with no sense of urgency, no concept of productivity or perfection, no desire to perform or people please. And then, at some point on my way to womanhood, somewhere between the ages of 8 and 13, I stopped resting and playing and started basing my self-worth on who I pleased and how much I achieved. As I absorbed society's message of what a good girl and successful woman should be, self-controlled, self-silencing, and self-sacrificing, I lost touch with my inner wisdom, my intuitive voice, my authenticity. I no longer trusted my feelings, my needs, or my body. My relaxed, curious, playful self was buried beneath a mountain of shoulds and musts and patriarchal conditioning. It no longer felt safe to be me. Like many women, I lived much of my adult life as if I was a machine. I overworked, traded sleep for productivity, and stayed compulsively busy, pushing through anxiety and exhaustion, all the while plastering on a smile and pretending I was fine. Until one day, I couldn't pretend anymore. Whether it was a result of burnout or depression, or what was later diagnosed as post-traumatic stress, or a combination of all three, I reached my breaking point. I had to find another way of living, another way of being. As I journeyed through this dark, shadowy place of exhaustion and trauma, I sensed the subtle call of a more authentic, intuitive, compassionate self. A self I recognized from childhood, the archetype of what I now call the relaxed woman. She called to me in dreams and in poetry, in an inner voice that was both my own and something beyond me. On the days when I was frantic and exhausted, lost in a trance of busyness, she would whisper in a voice that was soft and silky and slightly wild. Relax, my love. Take a deep breath. It's safe to slow down. It's safe to rest. As I listened to this loving inner voice, I felt the relaxed woman begin to awaken within me. I don't use the word relaxed here in its modern commodified sense of expensive spa trips and luxury wellness products, but in its original sense, from the old French relâcher, meaning to release. to liberate, to set free. The relaxed woman is a woman who is free. Free to rest, free to cry, free to make mistakes and ask for help. Free to experience bliss and pleasure and delight. Free to feel her emotions and choose her values and respond compassionately to the unavoidable stresses in her life. Free to trust herself, to care for herself, to be herself. The relaxed woman is the mother with postnatal depression who has the courage to ask for help. She is the daughter who sets loving boundaries with her parents in order to protect her mental health. She is the colleague who takes a lunch break and leaves work on time. She is the partner who speaks openly about the mental load and the need for a fair division of labour at home. She is the personification of our authentic self, our intuitive self, our wild self. She knows her worth, embraces her power, and trusts her inner rhythms of hard work and deep rest, of inner healing and outer contribution, of holding others and letting herself be held. She feels safe and free in her body and in the world. The relaxed woman lives within all of us. Becoming her is the journey of unshackling, untaming, uncaging, of setting ourselves and each other free. No time to rest. Why I wrote this book. Working as a psychologist and therapist, I sensed a similar story to mine rippling through the lives of the hundreds of women I have had the privilege of supporting. While no woman's experience was the same, there was an echo of exhaustion, overwhelm, loneliness, guilt, and shame. A sense of being trapped, of being lost, of being betrayed by false patriarchal promises of happiness and success. A deep longing for slowness and stillness, for authenticity and intimacy, for true healing and deep rest. As I listened to the voices of women and heard the collective cry of overwhelm and fatigue, I began asking, why are so many women so exhausted? What drives our shared anxiety and guilt around relaxing? What are the consequences, personally and collectively, of women not getting the rest they need? How can we set ourselves and each other free? Wanting to learn more, I dived into the research and discovered a void. For decades, science has been silent about the things that matter to women. Menstruation, menopause, matrescence, motherhood, the cyclical, the rhythmic, the intuitive, the soulful, the wild. Women's bodies and minds have been misunderstood for centuries, and the majority of psychological theories embody the voices of white men. The psychology of rest and relaxation was entirely absent from the literature. So I began my own research, a feminist immersive study on women's relationship with rest. And in 2022, founded The Relaxed Woman, an online community devoted to supporting women to recover from stress and burnout through coaching and workshops. I spoke with hundreds of women from all over the world about the archetype of the relaxed woman, the barriers they face in getting the rest they need, and how we can begin creating a world where women feel safe enough and worthy enough to rest. While I thought I was doing research on rest, what also unfolded were stories of guilt, shame, and unworthiness, stress, trauma, and burnout, and healing, freedom, and delight, each thread intimately intertwined. The result is the book you're now listening to, inspired by working with hundreds of courageous women.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?